Alright, Kuva Zarr versus the Kuva Ogris and the Tonkor. Everyone knows as far as with the Kuva Zarr how awesome it is, but as far as overall strength and how powerful it is compared to the Ogris and the Tonkor, which many people base off of preference, but for the most part, people like using the Ogris and the Tonkor because it's casings. You also got grenades when it comes to the Tonkor, but when it comes to the Kuva Zarr, it's very unique and it's different from the other two, which in my opinion stands out as better than the two. And even more validation with this is when you go up against high level enemies in the void, or if you're doing like a Kuva survival, just by going long duration survivals, I'm just gonna bring out a corrupted heavy gunner, depending on if you stay or last that long in a survival, and you have a Tonkor or an Ogris, whatever, it's not gonna last long. You're not gonna be doing much damage, or if any. But with the Kuva Zarr, just look at what you can do. Now, many people will use the cannon mode for it. No, 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 no. This is why the Kuva Zarr is so good and better. What you do is condense the bitch. Put all those casings in his face, and he will die. Now, of course, the worm was trying to do some form of damage right there. It didn't do much more of any. But even if the worm is not even on me, the Kuva Zarr mops up them guys like it's nobody's business. All right? Now, forget about the heavy gunner now. Let's get the Nox up in this piece. Because as we all know, when people see a Nox and you're trying to do a whole bunch of damage to him, you need to know your shit. Now, when it comes to his weaknesses, of course he's weak to radiation and puncture. Forget that. It's viral to go along with the freaking slash. And when you use the Kuva Zarr as you're meant to do by having it in barrage mode, you will do a plethora of damage, and all it takes is at least 3 shots. 4 if your aim is good, but 3 is more than needed to take out these dudes. That's all it is. 2. If your aim is good, it's 2 to 3. If you're missing shots, then fine, 4. But the freaking Kuva Zarr eats them up. Alright? Look at the Kuva Zarr and look at the description of it in order to understand what I'm talking about. This thing fires explosive barrages. That's what it fires. I'm going to switch things so I can see it more clearly. Stronger explosive barrages and long-range flak shots, which is the cannon mode. Those barrages condenses the flak shots into barrages and shoots it all up in their face. So when people keep coming at me as far as, oh, the Ogris is better than the freaking Kuva Zarr. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because I could whip the damn thing right now, and even with all of that 23,000, right, with the viral and the blast and the heat and all that shit with the slash on it, the status is 103 and all of that, these dudes will stand there and be like, you're actually trying to shoot me, trying to kill me with this? Okay, look at the Nox with all of that shit on. As a matter of fact, as far as with it, you could look at the build right here as far as with it. Now, I got viral on this. And I even put in magazine warp so I could get more magazines so I could fire it. Napalm burst up in there. Even with the Riven, got the Prime Firestorm up in there. All of these bots, split chamber, serration, all that. All right. Now, let me see if he's out. Okay, he's not out there. Now, watch what happens when I shoot with the Kuva Ogris and see how much health he actually has. Shoot it right in his face. Now, see, the Ogris is doing what it's supposed to do. But look how much freaking ammo I'm wasting just by getting his health down by that much. See, the fire is doing its damage and all that shit. And you're like, oh, well, I'm still doing damage. Look how much ammo I'm using just to take this guy. And the heat has to apply extra. Now, while you're dealing with him, what about the other guys that are around you? Should in case there will be guys around you while you're wasting your time taking out that Nox. It's not going to pan out well for you because guess what's going to happen? Your ass is going to drop, your ass is going to fall. And then you're going to have a waypoint saying, revive me! Revive me! Same thing with the corrupted heavy gunner. As a matter of fact, hell, have the damn corrupted bombard up in there. It'll be the same situation again. It's like, oh, I'm doing damage. I actually hit him in the face. But look at what's happening to the guy. And boom, he's dead right there. Now, that's a corrupted bombard. 3 shots, okay, not so bad. Right? But as far as with the Kuva Zarr, when you condense that shit, it's like, dude, it's gonna flat mop him up. Much more better and more efficient. Much more efficient. So, I'm just gonna go right to the barrage mode. Same corrupted bombard. Right? Right at his head, just like with the other weapon. Boom. 2 shots. The Zarr doesn't need no help from the like a heat where it's gonna do extra damage, cause all that barrage flaks get condensed, and then boom. Now I'm gonna move on to another weapon in which people like to use, and I like to use it too. The Kuva Tonkor. Now the Kuva Tonkor now got the Prime Firestorm in there with the hammer shot, rhyme round malignant force, same viral, got the heat on it, all that shit. Crit delay to get that critical chance up, status of just 51, but it's still gonna proc status. This is a grenade launcher versus a Kuva Zarr that fires cannon, flax, and explosives. Right? It's gonna be a little bit different because it's not gonna do much damage, nor if any. So I'm gonna go back to the Nox right quick with him. Get his ass over here. And it's gonna be, it will take even longer because again, the Tonkor is a grenade launcher. And it's like, oh, it's supposed to be doing more damage. Well, it's a grenade launcher. It's not meant to do a whole bunch of damage. It's gonna crit, but look at this. If you're trying to kill this guy with the Tonkor, good luck. It's not gonna do much damage, nor if any. All it's gonna do is freaking stagger his ass. That's all it's gonna do. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's a grenade launcher. See? Look how much shots I'm using up just so that I could get his health to like at least halfway. Like, it's unbelievable when people come at me as far as with certain weapons thinking, oh, this is better than this and all that stuff. Like, no, it's not. I mean, hell, I could take off the Kuva, the Riven for it, and it's still gonna outshine the Tonkor and the Ogris. It's still gonna outshine it. I could take this shit off. As a matter of fact, this is my other build for it. As far as using hunter munitions, less crit, less multiplier, less status, and this is just a corrosive build. So of course it's gonna be chipping away at their armor, but for all intents and purposes, I could just have viral on this, and we could all see what will happen with this. So let's just move that over, have it on viral, same thing, it's just less crit and all of that. I'm gonna kill that guy because again he's been taking a little bit too much. Bring out another one. Switch to barrage mode and let's see what happens. Three shots. That's it. 3 shots. With less crit. So again, the one with more crit would have gotten rid of him in 2 shots. This one got rid of him in 3 shots. It still outshines the Ogris. It still outshines the Tonkor. no matter if there's a ribbon on it or not, because of this right here: explosive barrages and what do you call it? And long range flak shots. The cannon mode is the flak shots. When you go to barrage mode, like you're talking about all of that stuff right up in their face. So just by me having this build right here, as far as with the Kuva Zarr, I could go farther and longer than other guys when it comes to them using their Ogris and their Tonkor. You could have a barrage up in there. Again, you're trying to triple the damage because you know that the Ogris is not going to withstand it and hold up. So you have to use barrage with the Ogris to make up for the lack of damage when you go further in survivals. With the Zarr, with or without barrage, this thing is still going to freaking shine. You see crit delay is on this, along with hammer shot to get status up to 103%. 89.2, right? Crit multiplier 7.0. Now, if I keep rolling this and I get a better critical chance and status, like it will easily go at least close to 100% on the Zarr, and you already know it's gonna wreak havoc. So, as far as comparing the weapons, but you're talking about with the Ogris, the Kuva Tonkor, and the Zarr, the Kuva Zarr is better than both of them. Both of them. With or without a ribbon. So let me know what you guys think as far as which weapons you think is better. And at the end of the day, it's still going to come down to a personal preference thing as far as which weapons you like to use. People like using the Ogris because of the explosions all over the place, the fire, the Kuva Tonkor, grenades, all of that stuff. I like using the Zarr because I can change modes. Go to cannon mode, and if someone is in my face, change up right to the barrage mode, and I could just shoot the bloop right in their face. Go to cannon mode, launch that shit. That's all. And I like the animation when it comes to it reloading, making that bloop bloop noise. So that's just what it is when it comes to the Kuva Zarr versus the Kuva Ogris and the Tonkor. The Kuva Zarr is better than both of them. It's better than both of them. And I'm not saying it's not even close, but I'll say by a good margin.